What's good, everyone? This is going to be my first YouTube channel video. I'm just going to talk about how I tried to job hop and I got fired. It is what it is. It is my fault, so it is what it is. But starting salary, or I guess I should start with college. I graduated college in May 2023 with a graphics design diploma. Then after I graduated, I did apply to some jobs. I did get a job offer, but it was in person and it was in San Jose. I'm not in the San Jose area locally, so I was mainly looking for a remote job just so I could be more productive. So I was kind of naive and just kind of declined it during not the interview call, but just communications with the recruiting person. I just realized it was not remote, and I just said, "Oh, I'm good, thank you though." And then I just kept on getting denied applications, so I probably should have taken that job looking back forward, but I had things I wanted to do, such as get my wisdom teeth taken out and pay off my student loans, etc., etc. Just the liquidity problem of moving to that area, that expensive area, and I was there before, and I just didn't really like the overall, I guess, culture or work people in the city life. I feel like it's pretty shallow, but that's my personal opinion. So after 2 years, I got my first job, and it was at, I'll just say, a company in the home remodeling business. And I had no work experience, and so they gave me a starting salary of 48,500, and basically that's $23 an hour gross before taxes. And it wasn't bad. I just needed the work experience. And when I got that job email saying this is your salary, we want you to work for us, I wasn't even happy, to be honest. I just saw the starting salary number, did what it'd be after taxes. You know, honestly got depressed, not gonna lie. I was actually pretty depressed. I know people would probably be happy that they got their first step, but it's pretty sad. I started doing certificates and this and that before I actually started to hopefully level up and transition to a higher paying salary in my field. But it was good experience. I did get good knowledge, and they bought me my own MacBook and my own monitor. And essentially, the day-to-day task was making assets um, with my graphics design knowledge and magazine advertisements. And so that was chill. No one really disturbed me. I would just talk to one person, which was my supervisor, and I would basically have YouTube just on my MacBook screen, and then on my big monitor, it would be the design work, and I basically just audio listen to YouTube stuff and work. It was pretty chill, and but it was in person every day, and so I updated my LinkedIn and I saw that the business claim was unclaimed, no profile picture, nothing. So I'm just assumed that they don't even care about online social media presence during that time. And so I decided to lie about my work history. Um, I decided to say that I worked there since June 2023, a month after graduating college, when it was actually 2 years after college that I started working there. And so, yeah, I worked there for 3 months, and then my supervisor that was updating stuff on everything as the marketing person she is, or the person, I don't know if that's revealing too much, but she updated the business page on LinkedIn, made a profile picture, and then looked through the employee sheet and saw that I was lying about my work history, and so they let me go. It is completely my fault. They gave me a severance package, so I was kind of content with it, especially with it only being 23 an hour. And they just told me the day I did get fired, they just said, "Oh, I'm doing some eternal data backing up. Can you give me the information to your MacBook and like any other passwords?" And I was still doing design work. I'm like, okay, I don't really see any red flags or what was about to happen. So I just gave her the info, and then she said, "Oh, we want to have a meeting with the CEO." And so we had a meeting with the CEO, and the CEO just said, "Oh, I outsourced our social media marketing to a third party company, and they have their own in-house graphics designer, et cetera, et cetera." He's like, "I'm sorry, nothing to do with your work ethic. I was there every day." And so I thought that was that. And then a week later, I'm messaging my old supervisor saying if I could get a letter of rec. And she specifically put the my real work history on the letter of rec, so I kind of assumed. And then I saw a job posting in my local area, and it was with my old company. And then I saw also that on LinkedIn they updated their profile picture and everything. And when I updated my work history, when I faked the employment dates, I saw the other employees, and there was only a couple people that put their company on there. And then the new person that did put their company there was my old supervisor. And so I just know she was like the sole reason why I was let go, and it is what it is. I also understand what I did wasn't okay, and I was just trying to job hop. But yeah, that's the lessons learned. Um, I'm still living with my parents, so there was no immediate anxiety of like how am I gonna pay rent or etc. Um, Before I got this job, I paid off all my student loans, and I just had my monthly credit card bill statement. And yeah, so don't have to worry about rent. I still have money saved up. I have like 20 grand saved up, living with my parents, and right now I'm on EDD, unemployment. It's not bad, but I know it's not something I could retire off of, and eventually there's a time frame on that. So, yeah, that's what happened to me. This is my first YouTube video for this channel. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, just personal finance and just my overall journey as a human, I guess. Side hustles I'm doing right now is just reselling things around the house or things I find on Facebook Marketplace for a good deal. I sold my gaming PC, um, but I sold it for 1,250. I bought it for 1,000, and I used it for 2 years. So yeah, this gameplay was provided by someone else, and I'm gonna leave his YouTube video in the description. He said I could use his YouTube gameplay, so shout out to him. But yeah, this is what I'm doing for the time being, just applying for jobs, working on personal projects, and working out. I guess I should work out more. But yeah, let me know if what I did was a dumb decision. I know it was a doesn't dumb decision. Um, but yeah, any tips on how to job hop or etc. So I guess this doesn't happen again. But yeah, that's that. It's my first YouTube video. If you're watching this, I'm honestly surprised because I don't expect anyone to watch this. This is just like a diary, journal, like self-help, like just myself and just venting in a way. But yeah, if you did watch this, thanks.